So you guys might have realized that I said that your testosterone levels go down and your cortisol levels go up, but what we want is the reverse of that, because that is what is going to give us our muscle maintenance, and it's going to reduce our fat. So what we need to do in order to do that is take out all the high GI carbs, so you won't get that sudden rise in insulin, because that sudden rise in insulin is what increases cortisol levels. What you want is a small amount of low GI carbs, because at least by doing that, your insulin will be increasing very steadily. It won't be going suddenly, and that won't cause an increase in cortisol. Very important. When it comes to testosterone though, we have to consider our fat intake. And fat intake is very important here. We need to be taking our saturated fat, our monosaturated fat, and our omega-3s. And you can get those all from your fishes, your lean meats, and your poultry. It's very important. You need to be taking in your fat if you want to be producing testosterone. And testosterone will actually lower your levels of cortisol and increase your muscle building. So you'll be reducing your fat and increasing your muscle. Very important. And now I just want to debunk some myths here. You know those low-fat diets that you see? Like sometimes you might see the yogurts that are low-fat. You know what they do there? They reduce the fat, but they heavily increase the amount of sugar in it. You know, that's very bad, because then we won't be producing the hormones that we need, like testosterone, but we'll be getting insulin spikes, and you know, that'll be promoting cortisol and putting on fat. So what we want to avoid are those low fat sort of meals. We don't want to go for that. And another thing that I have to point out is for vegetarians, this is going to be quite hard, because fat is very important. For vegetarians, they're going to find this quite hard because they're not going to be eating their fishes and their lean meats, obviously, right? So supplementation is obviously going to be a very important factor here. You're going to have to be taking in your fish oils, very important. And I thought I also mentioned that, you know, for testosterone, it blocks the levels of cortisol and reduces fat. It also increases muscle. This is also what happens in women, because women aren't known to have high levels of testosterone. That's why they put on fat easier, because they can't block cortisol. That's what happens. But anyway, thought I'd just debunk some things there. Now let's actually go on to talking about training, right? Growth hormone is very, very important here. It's very important not only in building up your muscle, but also losing fat. And check out this statistic, right? This study told us that by aerobic and high intensity training, by high intensity training I mean you're doing your compound exercises, your deadlifts, your squats, your bench presses. By doing that with aerobic exercise, you're increasing your GH, your growth hormone secretion, by 166%, right? That sounds very great, but check this out. High intensity training, 400%. You know, that's absolutely ridiculous. Like, because of that growth hormone, it actually works with testosterone to block cortisol. You won't be putting on fat. It is very important. And I might as well mention it right now, but there's two stages in a day where your growth hormone levels come up or raise up, and that's during exercise and during sleep. So you need to take advantage of those moments. In order to take advantage of those moments, I'm about to tell you, do not have any carbs before your workouts. No carbs whatsoever. No low GI, no high GI. Why do I say that? Because insulin actually blunts GH secretion. So what that does is the insulin increases because you're taking in carbs will actually lower those levels of growth hormone. Why would we do that? You know, we want as much growth hormone as we want, because that's what's going to be reducing all that fat. That's very contrary to what many experts say. Most of them say, you know, you should have like a sports drink or something while you're in the gym or something. You know, your Powerade, your Lucozade, your Gatorade. I'm telling you, don't do it. You know, don't have any of it. Have some protein before you go to the gym. Have a protein shake while you're in the gym. That's what I like to do. I have a protein shake while I'm in the gym. When it comes to afterwards, then you can take a small amount of low GI carbs, but don't take any high GI carbs, right? You don't want that insulin spike, because that's going to reduce the fat burning process. That's what we want. So I'm just going to quickly go over sleep. Sleep is the second time where your growth hormone secretions increase very highly. basically, it's just the same as exercise. You don't want to be taking any carbs before you go to bed. Just have your protein, because any carbs is going to increase your insulin, and that's going to blunt your growth hormone excretion. So don't have that. It's alright, just forget about it, okay? So we're just going to move on to summary. So as I said before, do not eat any starchy, high GI, simple carbs. Do not eat any carbs before you work out or sleep. Only small amounts after workouts. Do eat small amounts of starchy, low GI, complex carbs, right? Because that's going to increase insulin slowly. That's what we want. Eat a moderate amount of protein and fat. And when it comes to the hormones, growth hormone, testosterone, increased muscle, decreased fat, and lowered levels of cortisol. They block cortisol. And when it comes to insulin, insulin increases fat through lipoprotein lipase. And you should only be getting that from low GI carbs, as I said. Cortisol is what we really want to avoid. That breaks down muscle and increases fat. So I hope you guys learned a lot from this. Tried to simplify it down as much as possible, but if you guys have any questions whatsoever, just let me know. If you have any compliments, comments, feedback, just let me know and I'll get back to you guys hopefully, right? So that will probably summarize everything when it comes to nutrition. I think I'll probably do another video next about supplementation, and I probably think I should do a more detailed one about training, because that seems a bit important. So I think I'll do that. But anyway, I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Oh yeah guys, I just wanted to add, if this video helped you at all to understand anything, just please press the subscribe button just on your right. I think that's pointed at it, but I don't know. Whoops, I meant that way. Anyway, I also wanted to mention, to any people who are living in the UK, you might be having trouble actually finding cheap supplements. One absolutely brilliant website that I found very cheap supplements to buy from is myprotein.co.uk. I'm going to give you my discount code. Basically, when you enter this code, you get a 5% off your first order. Very helpful, you know, especially if you have a big order. So anyway, my code is MP91306, and it's just going to be on the slide right in front of you. See you guys!